Okay, test 1 2 1 2. Yes. All right. Seems to be all okay now. Okay. Let's see. Come here. All right. Okay. Hello again. Hello again, everyone. My name is Southside. You can call me South, and I shall be your host for like this version for this bout of English commentary and for the BPL. And now we seem to be on week 2. Last week was the first of its kind, and it's ended with a pretty impressive showing by like all of the players. We ended up with a lot of draws. Turns out, yeah, just a lot of like draws. So yeah, now we're just gonna go. I'm just gonna probably bring into it before the stream starts. I'm gonna bring to attention some things that are being brought up. So yeah, as you can see right here, there seems to be a stamp rally now, and this is an event tied to watching the Bemani Pro League. So you're gonna have to you're gonna log in with your Konami ID right here, and then you're going to be watching the streams. Like you click the stream, you'll get stamps. Like each like stream will have a stamp associated with it. So like last week's stream will have one stamp with it. This week's stream, after it's done, it will have a stamp associated with it. And with those things, you can actually unlock things in other games related to 2DX. So they've actually shown like 2 of the rewards currently. For Beatmania 2DX 28 Best Drover, you'll receive BPL Cube Pro parts, the BPL lane cover, the BPL turntable, and like 5 of the gacha tickets for the customization options, which is this current ongoing event. And for Dance Dance Revolution 820 Ace 20 Plus, excuse me, they'll be porting over Uh-Oh by Chorus K from 2DX Copula. The rest seem to be not shown right now, and I think over the coming weeks we'll see more. I guess next will be shown will be for Dance Rush Stardom. For that will be Gitadora High Voltage, You Beat Festo, Nostalgia Op 3, Pop and Music Jaime Riddles, and lastly Sound Voltex Exceed Gear. It'll be quite interesting to see what kind of songs we'll be receiving from 2DX, especially with how many of it is there. So yeah, it'll be very interesting, and I'm just bringing this to everybody's attention since the ports coming from 2DX will probably be really nice songs. Like Oh is a really famous recent Course K song. We don't know what could be coming next. My personal like wish lists, I haven't even decided like on my personal wish list for everything. But yeah, I can imagine something like Vitrum coming to Gitadora High Voltage by Yuya. Okay, so I guess that's okay. So that's one of the events going on. We still have around like 8 minutes to go. So okay, so we'll be coming over to our match today, which is Silk Hat versus Game Panic and Leisureland versus Round 1. Leisureland and Round 1 appeared in different matches the other day, and so yeah, this will be the second time we see this team, and debuting will be Team Silk Hat and Team Game Panic. So we see Silk Hat and Game Panic right now, and yeah, we see the first match will be between Nori and Masa. They'll be playing level 8s to 10s, and the theme of their set will be peak charts. So the songs that we'll pick will have like a lot of peaks in it. And then the more interesting decision is the middle match, which will be between Hal from Team Silk Hat and MIKAMO from Team Game Panic. MIKAMO is actually the ace of Team Game Panic. Putting him in an earlier match seems like a weird thing to do, but obviously there's this cost system, and they can't obviously put MIKAMO in every single like big match as much as he's considered the so-called ace. So, and yeah, it's not like none of these players can play 12. They're all like top tier players. It's just MIKAMO's like the obvious strongest, but now with this cost system that they've implemented, there's going to be some strategy involved with how they're going to place everyone. So yeah, they'll be playing level 10s to 11s, and the theme will be notes. There's going to be quite dense. It's going to be quite dense overall songs. And here we have SEIRYU and versus Peace. SEIRYU is the ace of Silkat. He's claimed a few pretty impressive world records recently. For Eroica, the boss song of Heroiverse, he got the recent world record. I think he also got for that song, oh yeah, the Hummer song, High Charge Divolt. So yeah, he's definitely a person to look out for this. And we have Peace. Peace is known as this like master of like level 10 and 11, so it's pretty surprising to me that they're already putting him on the last match on 12s. Well, it's not like he can't play 12s. I think he had one world record that's still like not really touchable to this day. But yeah, they'll be playing 12s and they'll be playing Soflan songs this time. Songs that just go super slow and all that. Songs go super slow, and yeah, the Soflan thing is quite, the Soflan pool is quite small for like level 12s. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing Ipin from Leisureland and TAKA here. Okay, sorry, I got ahead of myself right there. But yeah, Leisureland versus round 1. We saw these two teams before, but now we're going to. But in the first match, it's gonna feature 2 players we haven't seen at all yesterday, Umamune and TENIN. They'll be facing off in scratch songs in level 8 to 10. Then we see come down here. This is like the more surprising thing, like the middle match. It's gonna be level 10 to 11 scratches with the aces of both teams, Ipin and TAKA. They, as you can tell, like TAKA, like possibly one of the strongest players in the tournament. Ipin also no slouch in his department. But yeah, as you can see, as I said before, the cost system means that the teams have to strategize a bit more, and they're gonna have to so they've put Ipin and TAKA in this middle match right now, so they don't use up all their costs, because yesterday they took up 30 costs for the song. So yeah, it was 170, and now they're gonna use 150. And now the major match will be between G and KUREI, who I think faced each other off too in the previous match, in the previous round, and they're gonna be facing like level 12s with Chords. We're gonna see a lot of Chordy boys here. But yes, this is gonna be an interesting match too. We haven't seen much of the others categories. Somehow we've seen Soflan, we've seen Scratch, and yeah, I think even this one has 2 Scratch divisions. We haven't seen extremely dense charts being implemented into the show yet. So yeah, this is just the roundup of what's gonna be happening for these 2 matches today. And I think as mentioned before, the standings are pretty similar right now. As you can see, everyone seems to have won the first match, then the other team won the second match. So it's been a complete like draw from top to bottom. So as you can see, there's only been 1 match played out, and yeah, I don't know why Google Translate translated as minutes, but that's a draw. So everyone's gotten 6 points. Today we will probably see more movement within, unless they all tie again. But yeah, round 1 in Leisureland will probably take up the 2 first spots if they don't lose. And Game Panic and Silkat will finally like be able to come in within their standings and such. So yeah, it's pretty standard group stage stuff. So we're gonna see what happens today. So it seems like it's gonna be a pretty evenly matched day today. Maybe not really. I'm not really sure about Game Panic and Silkat, since I've not really seen the players in action that much. But yeah, kind of getting ahead of myself. But it seems like the matches will begin. So I guess I'll just start here now. Okay. I'm sorry I don't have much, but yeah, it seems like to start they're just gonna explain the rules again to everyone via these eloquently drawn diagrams, which I kind of really poorly explained in the previous stream. I guess I'll probably just I'll probably duck down for a bit till the matches start. Give me a moment. So I'll be seeing you in about 2 minutes.
んこんばんは。さあ今宵も始まりました B マニプロリーグ2021。番組進行は今週も私荒木美鈴が担当いたします。よろしくお願いいたします。
お願いします。
ありがとうございます。さあでは今回の解説、そしてゲストの方ご紹介いたしましょう。解説はとしや式でおなじみのとしやさんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いいたします。
今日はですね、もうこの音楽ゲーム史に残るこの大会をね、こんなトークトースで立ち会わせていただけるなんて非常に光栄の限りでございます。今日はですね、精一杯解説の方させていただきますので、どうぞ皆様よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いいたします。そしてゲストは B マニプロリーグゼロのチームリュウで特別枠選手として活躍されたヌーコさんです。よろしくお願いいたします。
よろしくお願いします。ヌーコです。どうもどうも、B マニプロリーグ、ゼロを見ていただく方は、お久しぶりということで、はい、今回はゲストで、お邪魔させていただきます。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
お願いいたします。ヌーコさんもこの BPL、思い出ありますね。
いやもう本当に思い出深い。や
っぱりこうゼロで一緒に戦った選手たちも出ているということで、そのね、なんかこうひいきしたい目で見たりとか、でも他の選手も応援したりとか、こういろんなね思いで出ていきますよね。
今日は公平に見て頑張っていこうと思います。
でもどっか心の中でね、あの時頑張った共にした選手をっていうのはあると思うんですけれども、またそういうちょっとコメントなんかもね聞けたらと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
としやさんも選手情報をたっぷり用意してくださいました。
もちろんです。
ね、もう秘密のメモがあそこにありますので。
もちろんですよ。もう私の頭に全て入っておりますから。安心してください。
各楽曲ですとか、選手の情報たくさんねお待ちしております。また見ていらっしゃる皆さんも、ぜひともコメント応援の方もねよろしくお願いいたします。さあそれでは早速始めていく前にここで一つお知らせがあります。現在 B マニプロリーグの開幕を記念してキャンペーンを開催中です。公式ツイッターをフォローして該当するツイートをリツイートしていただ
I think it might be a good time for me to come back in. But yeah, since it's not really much that I can interpret back to you guys, but it's basically they replaced the commentator this time around, so it's no longer Mita Kosuke, the Pro Seika and 2DX YouTuber. They replaced him with Toshiya or 1048, an old like pro in the 2DX scene, and his style of playing is pretty influential within the player base. Everyone just called it the Toshiya playstyle and all that. So yeah, and of course the guest right there, the guest commentator this time will be Nuko, who was a contributing vocalist to a lot of Bemani songs before, and now she's actually working as a full-time SEIRYU under the name Iori Saeki. She had parts in Uma Musume as the Horse King Halo and the Horse Girl King Halo, and I think she was voicing one of the girls. Yeah, she voiced Vanilla in one of the Nekopara adaptations. I think I'm not really sure. I didn't watch it, but yeah, the Toshiya might be the he might be the official commentator going forward today. So, but yeah, the guests will be different. But I think we'll see Toshiya stick around. Right now they're just explaining what I explained before, which is how everyone's pretty much tied right now. Today's game. There we go. We're about to start with the first match, I think, between Silcat and Game Panic, which I've explained before. Yep, right here. I've explained it previously, but yes, NORI will be facing Masa, level 8s to level 10s peak. The theme is peak. And yeah, the next will be Hal and Mikamo. Mikamo's very scary, so but yeah, there's gonna be some strategizing within this tournament, and yeah, he'll be in the middle match. Level 10 to 11 notes. And the final match for this will be SEIRYU versus Peace, Soflan level 12. Here's SEIRYU. Very scary player too. He's very good at very dense stuff. Being a very known BMS player too. He actually contributed for. He also contributed for. Oh yeah, he contributed for BOF once. Just as a fun fact. And there's Peace, the level 10 to 11 master, as I said before. Okay, so I guess we will be starting soon. For what's worth, this is not fully live. The matches seem to have been recorded earlier in the day, and it seems like, yeah. But the only thing live is the current commentator's desk right now. And we have the resident DJ right there, Chord, the man Course K, playing the theme, Winner's Proof. Winner's Proof is playable on 2DX right now, from today onwards, if you're interested. Seems like he's gonna be a constant within these matches. And that song, Winner's Proof, available in 2DX right now to play. Unlockable as part of the. And here we have Team Silcat coming in. Magical Miracle Illusion. What a tagline. Silcat. With their tagline, Magical Miracle Illusion. And there, NORI. There's Hal. And the ace, SEIRYU. Not so high on the scratches though. Ah, they have some Silcats too. Very apropos. And now we're going to probably see the next team coming up. And yes, that's true. Korsuke has like 10 songs in Bistrover currently. He is leading the pack by a lot. Sekai no... Oh, jeez. I wish I can beat that. Alright, this is Team Game Panic. And here's their 3 players. Masa, very low on Soflan. Oh my goodness, so low on Soflan. There's gonna be MIKAMO. Low on Soflan too somehow. Seems like it's not his forte. Because Soflan's not this team forte. And Peace, more well-rounded, just a bit lower on the scratch right there. As expected of the this solid player is Peace. We're gonna, and this is gonna be the matches again. "30 seconds now. They're going to be picking their songs, NORI and Masa. Remember that all these teams have 3 cards that they can use to undo the pick, and then it will be randomly rolled to a new song. Well, we see last week we saw a lot of the card usage within the matches, and we can just hope that we can get to see more, because they're interesting to see how the songs just completely change. Alright, peak, level 8 to 10, NORI and Masa.
低難易度のガチンコ対決にはなると思うんですけども、やはりノリ選手のことですから、緻密なデータをもとに選曲を行っているんじゃないかと思いますね。何が出るかですね。
Alright, we will be knowing their choices now. Nori selecting Backyard Stars by Taku Inoue. Whoa! A strategy card that's gonna be re-rolled back, and we're going to get 12 Style by Tetch and Daybreakers next. What a song, what a song. Completely different from Backyard Stars, which is very stair heavy. Izayoi Setsuna by Exion Mayumi Morinaga is Masa's choice. An interesting chart too, actually. 12 Style is notorious for that really funny video it has, but it is also a pretty heavy chart too. From Backyard Stars to 12 Style, those are like two completely different charts. Backyard Stars is so full of scales and it's really hard to time. 12 Style is more crowded at the back, so to speak. Meanwhile, Izayoi Setsuna, it's a pretty Exion songs in 2DX are not that hard, but Izayoi Setsuna is considered a bit quite harder, I guess. It's more harder than the other Exion songs in the library, I consider. It was one of the songs that I didn't get a hard clear on before. Okay, we will now start Nori and Masa, the first match. 12 Style by Tatch and Daybreakers next. Some insight from the comments, at least for the last round of this match, Silkhat is going to use their strategy card. It will be pretty interesting to see for the last round. Playing Dr. Chemical versus Chemical Machine right now. And I think we're gonna. When's the match gonna start now? Probably copy. Calling out to the crowd, and I think we're about to start 12 Style. 12 Style is by the way Happy Sky, which is the really Happy Euro Paradise. I forgot that was the genre. 12 Style refers to Happy Sky, by the way. Oh yeah. Alright, we'll see the match start right now. They're both on no, Nori's on random and Masa is on R random, it seems. Yeah, R random, which shuffles it in a different way. Seems like, and I don't know if it's just me, but the capture seems to be low FPS. It looks choppy. But yeah, Masa leading going off to a very fast lead right now. The video for the song is quite silly. I'd recommend you check it out if you want to see. There's just people having fun near a 2DS cabinet, even ranging from eating noodles, sitting on top of it. Yeah, it's just a really fun video to watch. But yeah, at the moment, Masa's still holding on to his lead. And if he doesn't mess up, it seems like he could just take it for himself. On Nori's pick, no less, which means it could be trouble for Silkhat right now. Pretty low. Yeah, it's pretty low. They both have very similar. Masa just constantly holding on to his lead. I think he's pretty much just off to the races. He's gonna win this one. My goodness, like. This is the really dense part of the song, and we're gonna come into the killer part, and oh my goodness, he got it. It's a game panic victory. First song goes to Masa, as we can on Nori's pick, no less, which means that there's a good chance that game panic will be leading us off, unless Masa can return, unless Nori can return the favor. 2037 to 1996 on 12 style. Masa had a perfect on it with very low grade count, and Nori just couldn't really catch up. It seemed like he wasn't ready for the song. 62 grades to 4 goods with 1 overtap right there. Overtaps don't matter, but it's probably good. But it probably was off. But it probably threw him off real bad. Hyper J Pop Izayoi Setsuna by Exion feat Mayumi Morinaga. We'll start soon. 2, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Nori and Masa on Izayoi Setsuna. Masa on mirror and Nori on random. Nori starting off with a small lead. But this is not an easy 10 in my opinion, so things might change too. Masa making up the deficit right now, and it seems like they're both on top. Oh, now Masa leading. A 3-point. We're leading with 3 points, and now it seems like it's gonna keep continuing. But Nori still not that far behind. Anything can happen. Let's read. Masa holding on to the 6-point lead. Will we see Game Panic take the first point? Still halfway through the song, of course. Nori catching up, and now we're going to the hard part of the song. And now the break. We continue with this. Very, very close. And now we come back to this part of the song, which just sounds like any other Exion song, to be honest. Oh my goodness, Masa still clinging on to the lead. And Nori, while he's not far behind, the song's coming to an end. Will he be able to close the gap at all? Seems not, and my goodness, Game Panic takes the first round. Good effort by Nori, but it seems like the song just eluded him, and we just see very, very solid job by Masa. Lower grade count overall. And now Game Panic on the board with 2 points. We'll be seeing the next match. The ace of Game Panic, Mikamo, will be facing off against a player from Silk Hat, Hal. They're going to play level 10s and 11s. Forgot what was the... Oh yeah, notes. They'll be playing considerably dense level 10s and level 11s. We'll be seeing their choices very soon. Will we see Silk Hat use their strategy card this round, or will they save it for the last round? Here's our 2 players again, Hal and Mikamo. Notes, level 10 to level 11. If things go Mikamo's way, we might just see Game Panic win. And now we see Hal's selection, Love Shine by Kosaka Ryu. Interesting song pick right there. And now we're going to see Mikamo's Bow Shock by Exion. We're getting a lot of like Exion songs this time around. Bow Shock is I'm not really sure how Love Shine goes, but I don't think it was an easy song. But yeah, Bow Shock is I think it's a mid-tier hard Exion song, because Exion has some hard songs in level 11. I think the hardest was like Wolf 1061. That was quite hard. We'll be seeing them start so far with Hal's pick, Love Shine by Ryu Kosaka. A DDR classic. People might not think it's actually on 2DX, but a lot of the B4U songs, but the B4U unit songs are in 2DX, including Himawari, but I think Himawari is like the only one in every game. Of course, the DJ, the Course K, just playing a lot of songs, playing Hella Deep by Masayoshi Moryu, a banger as they call it. J Happy Hardcore, Love Shine.
回答なんかそうですね。まあ震えとしてはね、本当に古典的な動作ですね。先ほどヨドさんおっしゃった通り。
We'll be seeing. All right, match start, and it seems like Hal is going for non-ran, and Mikamo is going for S random, super random. This one's gonna mix up the notes quite a lot. Mikamo, the ace, going off to a very fast start. Seems like he's quite other than maxing the first level 12. Mikamo is actually known for maxing a lot of like 10s and 11s. He once joined Dolce to like max in a race to max, and I think they both managed to max a song within the same stream. And yeah, it's a very chordy song, as pointed out in the comments. We see a lot of those chords. Mikamo still holding on to his lead right now. It's not far, but Hal has missed once. But in 2DX, missing doesn't really matter that much. If your accuracy is overall better, you'll be fine, pretty much. But when you're fighting these players who can FC and score well, it's a bit terrifying to imagine too. Seems like the low FPS recording is a thing. Continuing. He's leading by 16 points right now. 18 and 20. We're reaching the double A margin, and we might reach the triple A. So yes, definitely triple A. And it looks like this is Mikamo's game right now. Oh wow, he missed the back. And wow, he still managed to take it. As expected of the ace of Game Panic right now, Mikamo. A 20 point lead on Love Shine. Oh my goodness, 4-1-1 on it. As expected of him. A 1 bad and 1 good and 4 small grades. What an amazing performance by Mikamo right now. Hal will have to make it up in this song. Bow Shock by Exion. Mikamo's selection. Bow Shock is quite the middle of the road density 11, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only one. That's the only one I didn't remember touching at all. Just so happens. All right, we'll see. Let's see how it starts. It's a very piano-heavy song, so there's gonna be. Seems like they both have decided on random. The random for this. Mikamo with the miss early on, but he's still leading. With this pace, we might just see Game Panic winning today's match overall. Mikamo just continuing. Hal's doing his best to keep up, but it seems to be a really high mountain to climb. A lot of misses coming in. I'd like to comment about the charts. I like about the comment about the randoms they receive, but the recordings are pretty low FPS. It's a bit hard to watch. Thank you, Konami. Oh, Mikamo's still holding on to his lead, and it's not likely that he'll be making a mistake. Quite seems to be a blowout victory right now. And now we're going to the breakdown of the song. Here we go. Here it comes. A very streamy part of the song. Mikamo just and wow, Hal is just stumbling. It's become 100. It's become almost 100. It's become like no. I think I'm mistakenly looking at it, but it's becoming a very big difference. Oh my goodness, it's really far and all that. It's gonna be 100-point difference in all this. MIKAMO is just destroying Hal right now, and oh my goodness, I think. Oh my goodness, 3K to 2,900K. My goodness, total almost 100. Like, oh no, it's 100+ point difference. A total blowout by MIKAMO. 25 greats. Meanwhile, Hal seems to be struggling at that song. 140 greats, 21 goods, and 2 bads with a lot of misses. Insane. SEIRYU and Peace coming up next, and I think it's pretty much a sealed victory for Game Panic right now. Could be. Random in a question from Prent in the comments. Random in general will just probably change the chart into something that's better for the players to play. That's why people pick on random for this. It might change it to a chart that's better for them to press compared to like the non-random or the mirror and all that. All right, now we're going into the last match of this. SEIRYU versus Peace on level 12 Soflan songs. Will SEIRYU be able to drum up something? Because if I'm not wrong, I think they could. If I'm not wrong, if SEIRYU wins this match, he'll be able to tie it up and make it a draw. Good choice. Jomanda by DJ Yoshitaka. That's a very difficult Soflan song. And now let's see Peace's choice. Oh my god, Waltz of the Big Dog by Vertkato. And now, the strategy, as expected from before. The strategy will be changed to Ongaku. What a song! From one walk song to another, from Waltz of the Big Dog to Ongaku right now. Gonna be a very interesting two songs to watch. Jomanda has a lot of speed changes. Jomanda has like pretty sharp speed changes, and Ongaku is just it being a piano-y verkato song. It's like gonna constantly change tempo from like left and right. And the ending is just a big grand finale where it speeds up. Just like it. I think if some people have Sound Volta as a point of reference, I'll remember Ongaku Resolve. Yeah, pretty much. This is the originating song, and that's the remix. So yeah, it retained the speed up at the end. The strategy card changed from Waltz. The strategy card changed from Waltz to the Big Dog. Big Dog is Peace's like signature song. If I'm not wrong, he's very good at playing Waltz of the Big Dog. And yeah, Peace. He's also pretty notoriously good at Soflan too, because he had the world record for Waltz of the Big Dog, which was the song he picked before. And it's another piano song which just constantly changes tempo left and right. Alright, so now we'll be going to their first choice. We'll be going for their first choice, which is right, Jomanda. Let's see. SEIRYU going for non-random and Peace going for random. That's an interesting choice. SEIRYU is pretty noted for his very good density. Will it come into play in this match with how these dense Jomanda can get? SEIRYU starting out the gate with the lead on Peace. SEIRYU with a huge note, and now he's gaining his speed. He's turning off his sudden plus to read this part, and SEIRYU just still leading him. Oh my goodness, the speed up! Oh my god, SEIRYU still on FC on this ridiculous density and Soflan strategy by SEIRYU right now, and he's leading by 100x score right now. He's on FC. Peace had a bit of trouble with the speed up right there. I think this one's unless he completely messes up the next Soflan, it's pretty much a shoe-in for SEIRYU right now. Pretty ready with his song pick. It's huge, like note explosion. Another change right here. Seems like Peace is trying his best to catch up, but oh my goodness, the unparalleled density power by on display by SEIRYU, still on FC for this song. On really good accuracy too, no less, with such big note explosions. Oh my goodness, an FC by SEIRYU. As expected of the ace of Silcat, he's just destroyed that song. 3725 to 3575. He was like 97, it was max minus 100 and it was max minus 111. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, Peace could even touch the max minus there. The next song though might be a difference maker, as pointed in the comments, Peace seems to be really good at Ongaku too, and if he can draw it, then it's a sure victory for Silcat, for Game Panic. If SEIRYU can still clutch it, we'll have another tie. Genre silent Ongaku, and we're gonna be seeing it. It seemed like the card random to something that's not to their advantage, but we're gonna see what happens here. Will Peace be able to take it back from SEIRYU and win it for Game Panic? Or will SEIRYU, the ace, display his like absolute power and just tie it up out of his desperate situation? Wow, he just comboed that perfectly, and changing the speed. This is such a good song, by the way. I really recommend to the viewers to listen to this song, this original song. If you've heard it in Sound Voltex before or something, just listen to it. It's such a good song, and there's like a 10-minute long version, and you should really listen to it too. SEIRYU leading with 10 points, and oh, I forgot to point out, but they're both on random, so they both have the same random. So the thing about random in this arena mode that they have is that they'll have the same random. If I put random, for example, if I'm in the same arena lobby as someone, if I put random and that person puts random, it'll be the same random. So they're playing the same chart right now. SEIRYU like with a small lead right now. Yeah, they pretty much have the same. Yeah, the arena system with this arena system, they'll have the same random. In 2DX Arena, if you use random, you'll have the same random as the other people too. SEIRYU just currently clutching to that lead, and Peace is doing his best to catch up. Oh, they both missed around the same part. Oh my goodness, that pattern! Such a brutal pattern. And now the really dense part. Here's where SEIRYU really shines in. He just gets that. Peace got it too, but will he be able to catch up in 20 points? We're at the finale right now, coming up to the grand finale of this song. They're turning it off. Oh, the jacks in the end. Oh my goodness, Peace! Oh my goodness, SEIRYU just got it. And he just effectively tied the competition. 2 and 4 on Game Panic side, and 0-0-6 on the side of Silcat, and they've tied the match. They're tied, and now it's gonna be another draw. My goodness, what an intense last match. Another draw. This is the fourth. This is gonna be the third overall draw right now. What a strong performance by SEIRYU to save his team from completely losing, and now they're all on the board with 1 point. Good job on Peace too. It seemed like he could, and all the teams are on the board with the same amount of points. 6, 6, 6, 6. Everyone's just tied right now. Oh my goodness. SEIRYU just carrying the load of his team, my goodness. Everyone's just on the board Same exact points. My god. SEIRYU definitely one to watch out in this tournament. He just single-handedly saved his team from being last place right now. But we're gonna see next if Leisureland in round 1 will end the same way or will be different. Of course, K just continuing the DJ as he is proficient in. My goodness. What a spectacle so far. We've seen the first we've not seen a draw we've technically not seen a drawn match today, but overall it's been all draws from start to finish right now. It's gonna be they're gonna talk for a bit, and it seems like they're going to go to the interviewers in the interview between the players just now. So yeah. Yes, as Toshie just said, super play by SEIRYU. Just single-handedly carrying the load. From such a clean Yamanda to also a somewhat clean Ongaku, while Peace having difficulties throughout the entire round, getting his footing and all that. Couldn't get into max minus range on both songs. I think they'll be going to interview soon. So as soon as that happens, I think I'll just duck out, and I'll be back for the next match. I'll be back for the next match later. So yeah, we'll have to wait. Well, we'll just see. We'll just wait for that to first. We've also seen more one-sided matches compared to last time. Yesterday we had like a lot of very similar matches. Oh, are they going to the next match? Okay, so I guess they're okay. So unless they're gonna go to the next match now, I guess we'll run this. I guess I'll just keep staying here. But yeah, it'll be Umamune versus TENIN on level 8 to 10 scratch. Ipin versus TAKA, level 10 to 11 scratches. And G versus KUREI on level 12 Chord songs. It's gonna be a very, very scratchy round right now. As you can see, G right here. He'll take part in his first big match today, placing on level 12 against KUREI, a very, very strong player in his own too. KUREI holding a couple world records at the moment. G still considered more of a new player in the scene, new player in the top ranker scene.
さあ点差はついていくんでしょうか。この後 B マニプロリーグ2021ファーストステージ第4試合いよいよスタートです。
I guess they're going straight away into the next match. Leisureland versus round 1. Will we finally see a victory within this match? Well, we've technically saw victories on that previous match, but we want to see major victory, like a major total match victory. The always ever present DJ Course K. Early playing. Winners proof. Hummer and Course K feed Kanasa from Bless 4. Leisureland versus round 1. The 4th match in the first stage. Team Leisureland, who had a pretty even showing with Supernova Tohoku last week. And we're going to see the 3 players, Umamune right there. The ace of Leisureland, Ipin. Pointing in. And now the one carrying the load this time, G. And now we're going to see the next team, round 1. So we start with the first unfeatured player, TENIN, the self-professed Japanese Gachiyoshi boy, the strongest TAKA, right? The most world records in the game, and now carrying the load of the 3rd match, KUREI, a very strong player in his own right too. A rundown back to their matches: 8 to 10 scratch, 10 to 11 scratch, 12 chord. I see a lot of scratching today. 12, the level 12 was full of mathematism songs. The level 8 to 11 songs of scratches have like more variants with them, variations of them. Have like more varying artists, I'd say, instead of variation. They're gonna be making their choices in 15 seconds right now, and well, I don't assume they'll be using their cards, because I think they'll have these cards for the entire first stage, and I think the next stage you'll have 3 more cards that they can use. But I forgot which round did they use their cards in. 0. Let's see their choices. Umamune versus TENIN, 8 to 10 scratch songs. We're going to see what songs that we're going to pick right now. Leisureland, the Leisureland from Leisureland. Bass to Bass by Ryu. The song is full of scratches, that song. And TENIN choice, 511 by DJ Nagoyo. Oh my god, scratch card. It's gonna be strategy card, and like, what do you call it, scratch card. Oh my goodness! Shakunetsu Beachside Bunny Masayoshi Imori remix. That's a very, very hard scratch song. Oh my goodness, that's gonna. I wouldn't wish Shakunetsu Beachside Bunny Imori remix on my worst enemy. Such a hard level 10. Bass to bass. You know that rap that goes through the entire song? Yeah, the entire rap is on the scratch part, so you're just gonna constantly scratch throughout the entire song, pretty much. But BSB Imori, such a hard level 10. The card really just changing everything. From 511 by DJ Nagorio, which is not really a scratch song if you think about it. It's more of it's a very fun to time song, my goodness. The match will start right now with Bass to Bass by Ryu, level 10. Bass to Bass and BSB Imori. We will be starting soon, it seems. Bubblegum Dance, Bass to Bass by Ryu. It's actually Ryu Star, but I don't think a lot of people call him just Ryu Star. It's a bit odd. Umamune and TENIN. TENIN just going with the S random for this, super random for this song. Base to Base, a classic song for the community. Appearing in UB, appearing in yeah, this appeared in 2DX Serious. I think the song just went everywhere, even in Dance Rush, in DDR. I think it does. I think it's not in Poppin', but yeah. As you can see, as you can hear, probably the entire scratch is the entire rap part is the entire rap sample is in the scratch, and the remainder of the song is just mostly the chords. There we go. Oh, Umamune. Oh, TENIN missing. Umamune with the lead right now. Umamune going with the non-random, which is pretty fun. Which is pretty nice to time actually. Umamune is still on an FC and he's leading quite far from TENIN right now. Oh my goodness, he missed right there. But again, as I mentioned before, misses don't matter. It's just how much you can time better than the other person. Umamune just going off to the races. I don't think TENIN can even able to catch up, and the first song goes to Leisureland. What a clean performance right there by Umamune, just taking it right there. 65 grades with one miss, it seems. 90 meanwhile TENIN was not so lucky with base to base right there. Next song, Beachside Bunny Masayoshi Imori remix. It's a top tier level 10 scratch. I had so much trouble playing it. I myself had like so much trouble just even trying to hard clear this song. Meanwhile, we're gonna have to see how well these two competitors will play it out. going at it straight away. They're both. It seems like they're both going for mirror. They're going with mirror with this song. Oops. It's a very interesting remix of Shakuna to Beachside Bunny. It's for the club, so to say. TENIN going to lead, slow small start there, and seems like Umamune has caught up. Such a banger of a remix this song. Perfect version of Beachside Bunny to play in the club. They're both quite close right now. Umamune just taking that lead now. Will he be able to keep it up with his proficiency in the scratch in the previous song? Seems like he might be able to maintain it, but you never know with these kinds of situations. Oh my goodness, TENIN missed. Oh, he's struggling there. Umamune taking advantage, and he's just off to the races now. Such a hard strike. Yeah. The commentators are talking about how hard it is, and yes, it is really hard. I will not. And it seems like Umamune FC, and he takes it for Leisureland. 2 points. 2 points for Leisureland. TENIN, a valiant effort, but Umamune just leading in the scratch. An overall better scratcher in those two songs. And now we're gonna go to the next. The two aces, Ipin and TAKA, will be facing in level 10 to level 11 scratch songs. I'm not sure if they'll be using their strategy cards, but it will be interesting to see what these two rankers have in mind for level 10s and level 11s, which are full of scratches. Commit 3, 2, 1, and we will know their choices right now in a bit. TAKA just proficient in a lot of things. Pretty much almost every aspect of the game, other than maybe scratching. But no. We'll see Ipin's choice right now. Checking You Out by Good Cool Feet JP Miles, a very notorious scratch 11. And TAKA. Oh my goodness. Another base to base. Oh my goodness. We'll be seeing base to base 2 times today. Seems like they just really like those songs. Very consistent chord. Checking You Out is a notoriously meme scratch song. It's not only a scratch song, but it's also a Soflan song. Starts off very slow, then in the middle when it breaks down it just goes blazing fast, double the speed. Then in the end it just slows down again. Then this like I think it's the last 2 measures, it just goes into this slower. We'll be starting off with Checking You Out by Good Cool. We'll be starting off soon now with Ipin and TAKA, the aces of their teams, facing off in the first abjectly meme scratch song. It'll be very interesting to see how they deal with the speed change in the middle. Will they turn off their sudden plus? Will they just float back to their original high speed? The possibility. Just seeing what will happen right now. We'll begin now, and it seems like Ipin will be going with mirror and TAKA going with non-random. It's not a very hard song in particular to just play, but the killer is just that big speed change with the scratching, which is not easy, which is a very different skill set to pressing, obviously. But yeah, seems like TAKA is taking the early lead right now. He just This is a very old song from 2DX Fort style, which came around 2000, I think. But I think this chart didn't exist until around maybe further along the game's lifespan, maybe around Happy Sky Distorted, I guess, when they introduced another level and all that. The intro's pretty straightforward, so it's a bit hard to imagine messing up here right now. TAKA with a comfy 15-point lead right now, and now we're coming to the speed change. Let's see. Oh wow, like nothing, like it's nothing. TAKA's still on FC right now, and this is a very complicated scratching section. Quite the killer. And then back to slow speed change. And it's a victory for TAKA. Oh my goodness. Just supreme scratching and supreme speed changing in display right here. 27-2. Ipin struggling to not over attack during those sections. The max score is 1,400 right there. And we'll be coming to TAKA's choice, base to base. The second time we'll be seeing this song today. it'll be interesting to see how these two rankers fare in this song, because it's considered pretty easy to time. So we would probably see high scores coming from. We could expect some high scores coming from both Ipin and Yutaka. 5, 4, 2, 1, and we're at the start right now. And let's see, they've both decided to go for mirror on this chart. Them both being player ones, I guess. So they had to have the same idea. But yes, the original chart is quite comfy already. They both seem to be familiar. They both seem to be doing fine, but Yutaka is just doing a little bit better. Will he be able to cover that? Will he be able to cover that gap? Seems to be going exactly the same for these two players, and which means the gap hasn't shifted a single bit. Just like some supreme timing by both of them. Oh wow, they got it, and now it's the final part where it's just all chords. It doesn't seem like Ipin will have a chance to catch back right now, but who knows? We don't know. Oh, I guess not at all. Not at all. 24-point difference, and Yutaka, the ace, just takes it back for his team. Now round one has a 4-2 point lead. Oh my goodness! Look at the difference right there. 16 greats to 40 greats. Max minus 16 and max minus 40. And now round one's at the lead. We will have a winner today, it seems. We'll finally have a winner today. We'll see G and KUREI facing off on level 12, Chordy level 12 on the next match right now. We probably won't be seeing any strategy card use again, or perhaps maybe not. 2-1, and now we will be starting the last match of today. G from Leisureland versus KUREI from round 1, level 12 chords. It's impossible to tie now. We'll finally be seeing a winner today, and starts Elemental Creation by DJ TAKA meets DJ Yoshitaka, selected by G, and KUREI's pick Thunder House Nation Remix, Legendaria level 12. Oh my goodness. Very big boy songs. Very big boy density songs right here. Especially Elemental Creation. Elemental Creation is horrifying in Beatmania 2DX. Thunder House Nation Remix is just a constant assault of notes, no breaks at all. It's going to be interesting to see how well these two players play Elemental Creation. Such a hard song to play. Meanwhile, Thunder House Nation Remix, just considered a favorite by a lot of the old players. Recently, just came back with the arena as an unlock, a revival. So yeah. And also a very, very good remix of the original Thunder. I'm pretty sure we won't see a max minus at all in this unless one of them just unlocks Ultra Instinct or something and just completely kills the song. But no, this is a very, very big boy song. Apropos as the end of the event. And in the background, you hear a combination of Screw All Screw into MIDI Deluxe, played by Course K. Elemental creation. The match will start in a bit, it seems. 4 scale 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Seems like G going for a random and KUREI going for a random too. KUREI with a really good start. Song is just uber dense and ultra unforgiving. KUREI still maintaining his lead with this onslaught of like notes. Of course, Elemental Creation being one of the more famous modern Bemani songs, notorious for its difficulty in every game. Actually, it's not really considered that high a difficulty of a song, but in 2DX it's one of the harder 12, top tier, I'd say. And it doesn't slow down here like in other games. It's just 20-point lead by KUREI right now. He's quite good at his density too, holding a couple of world records. G doing his best to catch up with his pick. And the scratch. Oh my goodness. The jacks right there. Absolute killers. But it seems like KUREI just increased his lead. KUREI, if he can maintain this pace, it seems like his first song will go to round 1. Seems like it's impossible to make. Up the difference right now. Oh my goodness! KUREI just. Oh my goodness! 4K, 4K by KUREI, and he takes out G on his own song pick. Impressive showing by KUREI and not bad by G. As you can see, it's not even close to a max minus. It's just a AAA plus right now. And now the deciding song, Thunder House Nation remix, originally by Lion Musashi and remixed by Sunset in Ibiza. This is a very stable, very dense level 12. But it's a very dense 12, but it's a very stable chart. So we could just see a very close score here. It's at 150 BPM, and the song just constantly goes at the same pace. So if you find your groove there, you possibly could just keep your score there. And we begin. Both of them on normal random. Oh, it's not even 150, it's 128. I apologize. They both seem to have found their groove, and they're still exactly the same points. KUREI overtaking him by a bit right there. It doesn't sound like a song that would be this dense, but funny enough about house and trance like this is that they can actually be charted like this, I guess. This is an old favorite song, remixed and appeared in 2DX Empress first, and it was just revived recently as an arena unlock, as I mentioned before. KUREI leading with 2 points right now. And if they can just find their pace, it seems like his lead is here to stay. But very close right now, both of them just 1 point apart. Now they're tied. Oh my goodness, this is probably the closest match we've seen today. One point behind, and I think we're coming up to the end soon. They're both on FC right now. Oh, KUREI with a small lead right now. Seems like, oh my goodness, it seems like it's going to be a round 1 victory right now. Round 1 might take the first blood in this tournament all the entire time. Oh my goodness, round 1, KUREI just taking it for his team. Amazing performance by both these players, but KUREI just edged him out. 22 greats, max minus 22. My goodness, and G, max minus 38. A valiant effort, but still not enough to dethrone KUREI. And it seems like round 1 will be winning this. We'll be winning this today. They're first on the board this time. Congratulations to KUREI and the entire round 1 team. They're finally on the board with 1 victory. Leisureland taking the first loss of the tournament. Of course, this is still a long tournament ahead, but this must be encouraging to them. One on the board with 16 points. Leisureland losing and getting 2 points, only 2 points. So they're now currently second, but now they're in a disadvantageous situation. What good plays by team round 1 today as they become the first team to win in this tournament. Last week everyone was quite evenly matched, but today we're actually seeing today there was no single draw at all. I think there's no person A wins and person B wins once. It's all been just either blowouts or just like bare victories and all that. What a match week today. Currently wondering if there's gonna be more interviews because usually I'll stay to the end of the stream to interpret some of the announcements that might be coming to the games, especially with how there's this BPL campaign going on right now. I'm assuming they're gonna go to player interviews after this, so. But I think they might be announcing the next matches, but they'll be announcing the next matches at the end of the stream. So I'd encourage you guys to at least probably stay on, or maybe until you hear me again, something like that. What a match day today. It's a day full of wins and losses, not a single draw. We saw the power of SEIRYU, who just clutched it and saved his team from the first loss in the tournament, and we've seen the power of KUREI and TAKA just showing no mercy to the players of Leisureland at all to secure their first victory and the first victory overall in the tournament currently. Impressive play. These players are very, very evenly matched, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the coming days. I think Thunderhouse Nation was probably the closest we had to a tie. All day today, and it's on a level 12. It's not an easy level 12 either. guess they're mentioning about Beast to Base being the song that appeared twice today.
船宗選手がその攻めのストラテジーカードを使って見事にそのテニー選手をジャパニーズガチ押しさせないボーイという風にして
Talking about TENIN, the Japanese Gachiyoshi boy.
っていうところが見れたので、もちろんテニー選手も精一杯上がっているところ。
Impressive first showings by also impressive first showings today by Umamune, taking his team for the first points for Leisureland, beating TENIN in a scratch battle today, showing to the world that he's not someone to be messed with too. Then KUREI and TAKA just showcasing their absolute dominance in density and all that, density and scratching. Oh, there'll be news right now. Yes, they'll be announcing this campaign that I've explained in the beginning of the stream right now. Every game will be receiving a single song. And oh yeah, I think I forgot to mention, you'll only be able to access these songs on the 24th of July, when all the first round matches have finished, and you'll have to collect the stamps by watching every single match from the page. You don't have to watch the full match, just click on the link and you'll get the stamp. And at the moment it's only 8:20. And yes, they're still selling the shirts. They're still selling the shirts if you want to show your support for any specific team or you just want a nice looking jersey. They're pretty expensive though, so buyer beware of course, but yeah. You can buy them straight, and apparently I heard from a friend that you can buy them straight from the arcades. Like if you can go to Silk Hat arcades to buy them. And yes, Nuko is showing her Bemani Pro League jersey. She was actually a Bemani Pro League participant, being part of Team Ryu in BPL 0 with the two other personalities, Eika and Yunosi, who was the guest last week. And Nuko actually, she's a very good player. 10 done on 2DX. Forgot to mention that. She was the second strongest of all the three female participants in the BPL 0. First being Eika, who was a Chuden.
さあ、次週6月26日はファーストステージ第5試合と第6試合をお届けいたします。
Seems like they're gonna announce the next match right now.
まず第5試合の対戦
No player interviews and
は
such.
このようになっております。
Oh my goodness, Silk Hat versus Alpina of Reims. Level 8 to 10 Soflan. NORI will be taking on Nikkei, or Nike as you might just mistake it in your head. RKS32 or Junta will be facing Dolce, the god of the Demon King, on level 10-11 Scratches. Facing Dolce in Scratches is such a scary thing to imagine. And SEIRYU, the ace of Silk Hat, will be facing Uchi on level 12 on Chord. Uchi is a very, very strong player too. Very strong player too. Very considerable too. And this will be his first BPL appearance so far. And he'll be facing SEIRYU, the ace of Silk Hat, on level 12 Chords. And Junta will be having his fight for his life as he fights the Demon King Dolce on Scratches. Fighting Dolce on Scratches is the equivalent of a child fighting a gorilla. It's scary. I do not want to ever fight Dolce in a Scratch. And now the next match, Game Panic versus Supernova Tohoku. Masa and Keel. Keel will be making his first appearance on level 8 to 10. Charges, basically those hold songs. Peace will be facing against Willow, the ace of Supernova Tohoku, on level 10 to 11 peak songs. So we'll be seeing a lot of very hard level 10 to 11 songs. And MIKAMO will be facing Korivei on level 12 on Scratch, the ace of Game Panic versus a very strong recent player in his own right, Korivei, level 12 Scratches. It could potentially be something. This could potentially be an interesting match to watch. Korivei, very, very good play, very, very good second draft, or third, was already third.
ストラテジーを使って非常にピンチな局面だった。
Peace will be fighting the ace of Supernova Tohoku, Willow, which will be a fight for his life too. Willow being extremely good at density and peak, and songs with high peaks and all. Koriva is actually pronounced Kariva because it's Koriver, but yeah. For the benefit of the stream, I'm just gonna call him Koriva. Will that be the end of this presentation?
さあというわけでお送りしてまいりましたビーマニプロリーグ2021ファーストステージ第3試合第4試合ですが、そろそろお別れの時間となってまいりました。ここで簡単にお二人に最後に感想を伺いたいと思います。ねこさん、選手プレイヤー目線でのコメント本当にありがとうございました。今日どうでした？
本当に、なんだろう、もうこんな公式で見させていただいていいのかみたいな、喋らせていただいていいのかっていうぐらい。
Seems like they're concluding soon. I guess they've done away with the player interviews altogether, or maybe they're just gonna move into a different kind of thing. Since they have taken feedback and they've changed changed the main commentator from the YouTuber to Toshiya today. Seems like it seems like they're gonna end today, and that's gonna be it, I guess. I'm wondering. News has all been explained, and we've seen what's the next match going to be. Oh, and we're
割とやりたい放題喋っちゃったなという感じなのですが、非常に興奮したひとときをこのね特等席で見守らせていただいて光栄でした。
こちらも楽しませていただきました。本当にありがとうございました。
はい、ありがとうございました。
So that seems to be it. They changed the flow of the show, it seems.
最後は DJ ライブをお楽しみください。
Oh, DJ Live by Korsuke. I guess I'll just take my leave here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week for the stream. Take care, everyone. Oops. Take care, everyone. See you around.